Yep, we are. Hello, welcome to what is surprisingly somehow already, time flies fast when you're having fun, the 5th round of the season here in Sunday Race League's third tier, Tier 3. We've got the sunny but also wet, potentially Hungary. Tier 3's not had the nicest of weather this season. Already had a couple of wet races this season in Austria and Canada, but then two nice dry full dry races in Belgium and Baku back to back. We've got a nice dry qualifying, would look like, to start off with, at least today here in Hungary. So, drivers taking their time, none of them rushing out to the track just yet, or as I say that, Nolan, Mitch and somebody else, I think that's a Alpine, are already heading out to track. It wasn't an Alpine, it was the Aston Martin of NJ Devil, looking for another pole, or another front row start this season. He's had a good, not had the best of seasons, NJ Devil in the first 12 races. He had a decent qualifying position in Spa, but couldn't really turn that out into the win that he wanted. This is yet another very challenging circuit, as always in Formula 1. Really ties the entire race, but also this middle sector, very hard to chain together perfectly. Sweeps to the left and to the right and to the left and then right again, before you gotta be hard on the brakes. 2 corners in a row. This corner for me, NG Devil's about to go through, I think it's 10-14. Let me just get the track up now. 10-13, 14 corners only, according to the F1 website, as NJ Devil will become the first driver to start his qualifying lap in the Aston Martin, heavily on the brakes into turn 1, shifting all the way down into second gear before powering down, activating the DRS on the run downhill into turn 2, then another downhill section in between turns 2 and 3, before you go sweeping uphill into turn 4, just past the end of the sector split. 27-0 for the first sector for NJ Devil. Shifts down to 6th for turn 4, then through the slightly banked turn 5, where you got the 6-7 chicane. Quite wide curbs there on the entry, but you got be wary because the entry curbs were nice and wide. You used a lot of the car over them, and you got these really tricky tight part of the track with really narrow curves, easy to go off the track, and NJ Devil does go off the track and invalidates. So he won't be the first driver to set a lap around this 4.381 kilometer circuit. It won't be Lunak, he's also invalidated, so some of these drivers would appear to be struggling with the track limits. See what people are running on tyres. Nolan, Mitch and Sport Mad already on mediums, and there's a car out. That's a Williams of Larsh, who has lost it coming out of turn 3. No, Mitch is the first guy to set a lap. He'll be followed by Nerdy Average Gamer. Nerdy Average Gamer goes a full 2 seconds faster on the soft tyres, so quite a big pace differential there. Spider-Man Fan didn't set a valid lap. Then they got the 2 McLarens, Sport Mad and Queener, who's run strong this season. Rigby actually 0.046 off of pole in the Ferrari, so a strong first run for him. His teammate's going to look to follow that up. Havoc Connor around the final sector through his turn 13, left hand hairpin, then you got the right hand hairpin of turn 14. Very weird to get your car flicked nicely through, but he's managed to diagnose it nicely, and he goes 3rd for Scuderia Ferrari. Next car, NJ Devil, he's pitting. Then there's an Alfa Romeo. That is Lunatic Kai, who goes fastest by 7/10 of a second. Wow. So Lunatic Kai, on, I believe this is his debut actually, in the Alfa Romeo, currently provisional pole. We'll see if anyone can deny him. There's an AlphaTauri in Sector 3, that's Spider-Man Fan 244. Almost got a pole in Azerbaijan. Late safety car changed the matters. He goes only 6th fastest. Then you've got the two McLarens, Queener and Sportmad, being quick all season. Queen now, 5/10, finds himself a full half a second off of Lunatic Guy. So Lunatic Guy, early doors, is put on a phenomenal lap, it would appear. No answer from the rest of the field, although Razi won 2 races this season, Queener the other driver. They've shared the wins equally, 2 apiece for both of them. So we'll see what both of those can do. Queener only on his first lap and has got quite a bit of fuel left in the tank, so we might see him go again. Don't think he will, because he's definitely looking like he's backed off. Yeah, definitely backed off. Three seconds down on his Delta, but then we'll go on board with Razi. Razi's won 2 races this season. Wouldn't be surprised to win a 3rd here in Hungary. It wouldn't be the first time an Alpine won in Hungary in 2021 cars. That was of course Esteban Ocon, who took a phenomenal first win of his career, holding off 4-time world champion Sebastian Vettel and 7-time world champion Lewis Hamilton. Couldn't quite catch him, thanks to his teammate Lewis Hamilton just acting as a roadblock almost. His teammate Fernando Alonso, did I say teammate Lewis Hamilton? Either way, phenomenal teamwork then. We'll see if any team orders will come into play here. Hopefully not, but with the World Constructors' Championship being as tight as it is, every point does matter. Why the hell is my mic so close to my face? Razi, purple and purple. Oh, but that won't be purple because he's had a big slide coming through turn 13. Still going to be a decent lap. It won't be a decent lap actually. Razi will only manage to go 8th quickest on a set of medians behind both AlphaTauris, both Ferraris. So that slide in the final sector's cost him, but he's got enough fuel to go for a 2nd push lap in a row, which we'll probably see him do as he flies downhill into turn 3. Turn 2, turn 3, turn 2, then sweeps uphill, and that's last year's tyre in the middle of the track. Purple in the first sector, 4/10 improvement for Razi. Then through turn 5, got to be very careful to find the grip there. Turn 6 and turn 7, nicely negotiated. Then you got turn 8, 9, 10 and 11, all making up left, right, left, right. Takes it easy, just trying to keep it invalid. He's half a second up on his first lap before his mistake here in turn 13. Would he repeat the same mistake again? He won't. Gets the power down a lot smoother, finds the grip, then through the turn 14 onto the power at the exit and to the line. Razi does a 1:17.190 on the medium, so the Ferraris both seem to have a lot of space, and that is Sportmad, who's found the wall, not any pace. So Sportmad will not play a further part in qualifying, but he has crashed out at between turn 11 and turn 12. We'll see if we can ride on board with his teammate. We should have ride on board with the other Mercedes, and his car's nicely parked in the middle of the track, so luckily neither of those were on a lap, otherwise that would have been a big impeding. Who is on the lap is NJ Devil, who's hoping that that will have been cleared by the game before he arrives there, and it has, and for whatever reason there's a tyre still in the middle of the track. What is it with this game? Ty, is it left, right and centre? Do I need to invite Elmerix? Elmerix said that he had an update. I'm going to ride on board with Rigby, not an improvement for the Ferrari. I think those are just getting some experience on the mediums before they go for their final runs. There's another car spinning in the tricky final sector. Nerdy Average Games on a lap, Queener. Thank you very nicely. Gets out the way. And Nerdy Average Gamer is definitely on a lap. Supposedly a purple middle sector, if the game isn't lying to us, which I wouldn't be surprised if it was. But Nerdy Average Gamer through 10-13, nicely done. Shifts up and powers through the gears before heavily going back through them, downwards and then upwards again through the line for Nerdy Average Gamer. He goes second quickest, only still with a 4/10 gap to Lunatic Kai. So Lunatic Kai has definitely got some pace today. Larsh is the lobby host, so Larsh should be able to invite Elmerix. Nerdy Average Gamer is still improving, so that's lots of fuel on board the Williams, and he's gonna go again. Elmerix has joined, so Elmerix will have hopefully enough time to set a lap in qualifying and rival his reserve teammate Lunatic Guy, who's currently got a 4/10 gap to the nearest competitor. Anyone on a lap? VTech is on a lap. Third race, no, it's third or second. Who made their debut last week? One of the Hasses got a debut, but VTech rivals with Nerdy Average Gamer in another league for the championship, finds himself 2.8 seconds off of pole currently. He does a lap. Queener! There we go. Lunatic Guy has been toppled at the top. Queener, 6/10 improvement, and Queener goes pole position provisionally with a 15.889. McLaren beats Alfa Romeo, but there's another Alfa Romeo in the lobby now. Elmerix has successfully picked his car. So we'll have 17 cars on the field. Not the 20 we'd like, but it's better than 16. The more the merrier, as they say. Next car on a lap is VTech. VTech is slowing down, so just a little bit of calm before they all head out, and they're all heading out now. Yep, lots of cars are suddenly on a lap. Both Alpha Tauris find themselves in the final sector. Spider-Man fan showed a 2/10 improvement, and then through turn 14, long hairpin just tricks you into thinking on a 1.5 improvement. Paul Elite finds himself running off the track. NJ Devil, he's not improving, he's already run off the track and is invalidated. Who isn't invalidated is Spaceman, who's in the Haas. He's looking to beat a 12th position start. Oh, but he won't do if he does that. Just loses the car on the inside of the final corner and finds himself facing the wrong direction. Then the next two Alpha Alpines close on track. Sunset Smiler, Sunset Smiler, she sets her fastest lap. Razi finally sets a very good lap. 2 wins this season. We'll see if him or Queener can get their third. But he's definitely pointing towards the right direction of doing so, if he wants to do that. I'm gonna get this stream chat on my phone. I'm gonna put the data onto the. And just use the other internet box. We'll get the stream chat on your phone so that I don't have to keep turning off of the action, as there's definitely going to be a lot of action now. Only 3 minutes left for these drivers to get their fastest laps in. Lunatic Kai, who had a blistering, that's the word I'm looking for, blistering, had a blistering first lap of his SRL career, which saw him 6/10 quicker, and he's now 1/10, best part of a 10th off of pole. Kai for pole, says Nathaniel in the chat, supporting his Alfa Romeo colleague. The other Alfa Romeo of Elmerich has finally joined and will be setting his first lap soon. Who retired? The passive VTEC has decided, I believe in the pit lane, because there's no yellow flags, that he won't play a further part of qualifying. So a best start of 12th is possible for him, but Elmerich will look to deny that and push him further back down the grid on his first lap. The Flying Finn hasn't had the necessarily most flying start to the season. He'll look for a third pole of the season, as it was in Austria and in Baku, but that first lap won't be close to it. Actually, he is further on the Flying Finn because he's joined mid-quali, so he is Kimi Räikkönen. He's got Kimi Räikkönen's number and Kimi Räikkönen's helmet. Hopefully he can remain ice cool and bring him a good points tally for Alfa Romeo, which is definitely possible. If you look where Kai is, Kai has had a spin or something go wrong on that lap, so that is not an improvement. Rihad is looking to set a valid lap. He's out on track. The other Alfa from Aston Martin is into pit lane, I believe, NJ Devil. And then you've got the two Ferraris playing almost the same thing as what we saw the two Alpines doing, and they're following each other very closely on the track. So is the slipstream for the first two corners really that worth it? I'm not too sure, but they clearly reckon so. Elmerich has retired in the pit lane. Has he? Elmerich is now greyed out. So it's Elmerich crashed out of the session. That's Larsh's tyre from earlier, so that's not his. Havoc Connor is invalidated. Rigby, however, purple first sector supposedly. This would be an excellent qualifying for Ferrari. Bottom of the constructors overall before last week. Had a good race in tier 2 with a podium there. Oh, but that won't be the way to do it. He goes saying Lunatic Kai goes quickest with a 15.885. Queen is on track behind him. That wasn't a lap, but 0.004 now is the gap between pole and second. Jesus. So clearly those two have been able to nail the track so far. They're both on their final laps now. Lunatic Kai won't improve because he's facing the wrong way, and last time I checked, reverse gear wasn't the right way to take the track. Hopefully he gets out the way for Queener. Yep, and the session time has expired, so everyone now on their final laps. Rihad in the Aston Martin will finally set his first valid lap, and it's going to be a good one. 6th for the Aston Martin, and the 5th will make the third row up provisionally, unless Rigby or anyone else behind him can deny that. Queener has crashed out, so Queener has retired on track. Okay. So Queener won't get pole. No, the average gamer pulls into the pit. He was 4th on the grid provisionally. He won't get pole. So unless that, who's that? That's Paul Elite. Paul Elite ran the final two corners. 4/10 improvement. Will he find a second in the final sector? It'd be hard to ask to do so, but he will not. But it's still a good improvement for Paul Elite. He goes 6th quickest. Spaceman 47 goes 14th, beats his teammate to that position. Havoc Connor and Rigby, next cars to finish on the lap, they remain 8th and 9th. Then you've got, that's Rihad's AI. We're waiting for Lunatic Kai's AI to get into pit lane, but that will be by only 0.004. of the second, Lunatic Kai starting on pole, joined by Queener. Then you've got Razi and Nerdy Average Gamer, both podium sitters this season. And Nerdy doesn't usually do well in qualifying, usually has better race pace than qualifying pace, so we'll see what he can do in the race. NJ Devil and Paul Elite make up the third row, then the other Aston Martin follows suit. Then Rigby and Havoc Connor make up the Ferrari 8th, 9th on the grid. Know that Mitch starts 10th from Mercedes, followed by Elmer Hicks in the Alfa Romeo. Spider-Man Fan is 12th. Sunset Smiler is 13th. Then you've got the two Hasses, 14th and 15th. VTEC, interestingly, does his best lap on the Haas. And you've got the two cars who didn't manage to set a lap. Two quite fast drivers as well in this tier of Sportmad and Larsh, who will start 16th and 17th right at the back of the field. So we'll get your predictions in the chat after that qualifying session. Let's go for your top three. Who is your top three prediction in qualifying? For the race, based off of what has happened in qualifying, you've got to say Lunatic Kai and Queener will definitely be up there, prolonging there isn't any contact between them two. Hopefully the lobby will remain stable. No Codemasters, no promises. But it should be a thrilling race for you. So then, counting down to the formation lap. Three, two, one. We'll see what the tyre choices are. There is a formation lap. Yep, there is a formation lap. Okay, good stuff. Details. Tyres. So, everyone outside of the